Hello, America. Today, youth unemployment rate is at 25%. Many young Americans graduating from high school or college are returning to live at home because they can't get a job. Employers report that they are now having a hard time filling open jobs because young adults just don't have the skills they need. They report that many recent hires require significant training just to get them ready to work, just to get them to show up on time, to get them to learn from mistakes. Hey, I've never had to learn from mistakes. Oh, that Johnny, 2 + 2 is 7. Good job. Is that wrong? No, it wouldn't say wrong. Yes, it is, Johnny. Learn from your mistake. Employers now can't find a way to get people to be more productive. We have to train the new recruits to be more productive. Skills that any worker needs to know have been lost. Today's young adults don't know it. So what are we doing as a nation? What's the government's response to all this? What emergency action is being taken from offices just like this to immerse our kids in a world of work, to get them ready to participate in our economy? Create incentives for employers to set up apprenticeship programs? That's a good idea, huh? No, we're not going to do that one. I know. Force schools to focus on labor market skills. No, it's this room. It's Washington. How about we strengthen after-school programs so students can work closely with local entrepreneurs? No, again. You had me with the after-school program, but then remember it's Washington. Can't put an entrepreneur in there. We are seeing instead a different government approach, the one we should have seen coming long ago. The government is sending out armies of enforcement officers, not to force kids into school. No. Instead, to shut down lemonade stands and bake sales. Yeah. You remember when you tried to sell this in your neighborhood? I mean, how much money did you make? Kids in the summer setting out tables. We're not talking teenagers. We're not talking, 20-somethings. We're talking 6, 7, 8, 10. Trying to sell lemonade to raise money for charity or for a school trip or just because they want some extra spending money. The government shutting them down. In Massachusetts, they have banned bake sales at school during the day, and they're working on stopping those evil bake sales in the evening as well. Last time I checked, bake sales help put students in uniforms for their track team or football team. Last time I checked, bake sales help pay for textbooks or actual running of the schools. It also taught kids the value of hard work, and it brought communities together. In Appleton, Wisconsin, 9-year-old Lydia Conan and her sister Vivian, they ran a lemonade stand during a local car show. It wasn't a real big money maker for the two of them. In fact, they brought 2 friends in, and the 4 of them would make $100 between all 4 of them. Well, the vendors inside of the car show, they complained. They didn't want to compete with a bunch of cute little kids. That's $100 after all. So what did the city council do? They actually wasted their time on this one. They banned the kids from selling lemonade. Midway, Georgia wanted to charge Cassidy Dixon. She's 14. And Tiffany Casson, she's 12. And Skylar Roberts, he was 10. I want to charge them $50 for a permit to sell lemonade. In Coralview, Iowa, they just shut down a lemonade stand run by a 4-year-old. 4. In Hazelwood, Missouri, they banned 2 young Girl Scouts from selling Girl Scout cookies from their front yard. Why? Well, city law bans the sale of commodities. They're not selling bars of silver. They're Girl Scout cookies. So I guess now Girl Scout cookies are silver or pork bellies, rolls of copper, I could go on and on and on, but you've heard all of these stories before. We've seen them. In the same country where the lemonade stand used to be a tradition. And every time it happens, the same thing happens. There's a public outcry. We read about it in the paper or listen to it on the radio, and elected officials try to explain. The public is still upset, but in the end, the elected officials and the city managers stick to their guns and nothing ever changes. So we start to accept no lemonade stands, no bake sales, no Girl Scout cookies sold from the front yard of somebody's house, and we just move on. But I wonder how much more territory is the United States of America going to give up? I wonder, what are American kids learning now about work and about entrepreneurship and the leering power of powerful offices like this one? What are we teaching our children? Unfortunately, America, here's what I fear. Our kids are learning, first of all, that if you want to make money, you need the permission from someone who sits behind a desk and has a flag behind it. They're learning to be passive. Our kids are learning, second, that if you want to make money, you need to pay powerful people first. So they're learning about coercion and bribery. Our kids are learning, third, that if you want to make money, you need to have money. You don't have $50? Well, son, come back when you do. They're also learning about oligopolies. Our kids are learning, fourth, that if you want to have a business, you better not let your neighbors or your friends see. They might call the cops. They're learning about rent-seeking and NIMBYism. Not in my backyard. Is this what we want to teach the youth of America? These are awful lessons to learn at any age. And now we're beginning to see the effects. We have a generation of young Americans who have been raised to be passive and powerless, to stand silently and mute and at the mercy of an all-powerful government. They don't even know how to work. Why are we surprised that when they graduate from school and enter the workforce, they are utterly unprepared? Why is it that when they show initiative, innovation, hard work, commitment, we've got to stop them? Look what we teach every single kid when they try. We shut down their bake sales, we shut down their lemonade stands, we shut down their Girl Scout cookie tables in their front yard. We're not even giving our kids a chance to learn how to work, how to sell, how to invent, how to dream, how to do, how to have some initiative. We actually try to drum it out of them at a young age. I'm not suggesting that we push our kids into, sweatshop lemonade stands. But shouldn't we be encouraging them to learn, to try, to have fun, to open up their minds? Give it a whirl, see what happens. But isn't that really what having a lemonade stand is? A lemonade stand's never going to put, Country Time Lemonade out of business. It's never going to spoil the environment. It's not going to be Walmart. It won't ship jobs overseas. It's fun. It's about learning. It's about trying something new. It's what our children are supposed to do. I thought about this for a while, and then I thought, I wonder maybe by putting these kids out of business, we are teaching them a lesson that they do need to know. I mean, think about this. Aren't business leaders around the country complaining about how hard it is to deal with the government these days? Aren't they afraid of the power of government litigation and regulation? The risk that one day a man in a suit with a government badge will just come in and shut you down. Didn't a government official recently brag about how he likes to crucify businesses just to set an example? So maybe shutting down these lemonade stands, crushing the kids' dreams and their spirit at the age of 4 or 6 or 8 is a good idea. Maybe, just maybe, we're preparing the kids for the real world, what America is really like. Or maybe we've really seriously lost our way. Maybe we could stop this one thing. On June 13th, I want you to join me. I want you to get out there and put out a lemonade stand with your kids. I want you to hold a bake sale, one in the daytime and maybe one in the evening. Let your kids take charge. Let your kids design it. If you can't do it yourself as a family, go and support somebody who is doing it. If you can't do it yourself and you see somebody with a Restoring Love banner over their lemonade stand, I know I drive by them every time. I want you to stop this time. Whether you drink it or not, I want you to stop and buy a glass of lemonade. It's important. We don't have to let our kids learn all the wrong lessons about what it means to be free. We are better than this, America. And so are our kids. They deserve much more. Thanks for watching. May God bless you, and may God bless the Republic.